Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another great lesson here with us at English Pod. My name is Marco.
And I'm Erica.
And today we're going to be getting money.
That's right. We're going to have a lesson about the ATM.
The ATM, or
automatic teller machine.
Okay, that's what it stands for, ATM. So we're going to be looking at the language that you'll probably find in an ATM, maybe in the United States or an English-speaking country.
That's right. But before we begin, why don't we look at some vocabulary that we'll hear in the dialogue?
Vocabulary preview.
As we mentioned, the ATM, or automatic teller machine, is a machine where you get your money, right?
Exactly.
And also, well, some people, or in different places, they may call it the bank machine.
Yeah, or maybe the cash machine.
Or just a money machine or something. All right.
So ATM.
ATM. And now let's take a look at our next word.
Local authorities.
The local authorities.
The local authorities.
So what are the local authorities?
Well, basically, it's the police.
The police. Why do you say local authorities?
Okay, well, authority is the person in charge, right? The boss. So the local authorities are basically the people who are the boss of this place.
In that area?
Yeah, so
Okay.
the police.
The local authorities. So why don't we start now with our dialogue? Why are we talking about local authorities and ATM machines?
I don't know, we gotta listen to find out.
Stupid girl making me spend so much money. Now I have to get it from the ATM.
Hello, welcome to Universal Bank. Please insert your card into the slot.
I know where to put my card. Stupid machine talking to me like I'm an idiot.
Please input your 6-digit PIN code followed by the pound key. Thank you. Please select an option. Thank you. You have selected withdraw.
Yeah, I know what I selected. Just give me my money.
Please type the amount you would like to withdraw. Thank you. You want to transfer $10,000 to the World Wildlife Foundation. If this is correct, please press 1.
No. Stupid machine, what are you doing? No.
Confirmed. Thank you for using our bank. Please remove your card from the slot. Goodbye.
No way. What happened? Give me my money.
Danger! Danger! The exits have been sealed, and the doors will remain locked until the local authorities arrive. Thank you for using our bank. Have a nice day.
No!
All right, so it's not his day today. I think he was very unlucky, and maybe he's going to be in trouble.
I know, and he was on a date. This is probably one of the worst things that can happen to a guy when he's on a date.
All right, yeah, so, well, we saw some of the language that was related to an ATM, money, and banking. So why don't we take a look at that now in Language Takeaway.
Language takeaway.
All right, so the guy had to insert his card into the slot.
Okay, so slot.
Slot.
All right, slot. And that is an opening, right? Or a type of hole, maybe.
Yeah, it's a hole that is usually long.
Long, and it's like a rectangular hole.
Yeah, a slot is never a circle.
Okay, so for example, when you get mail, the mailman will put it into your mailbox through the slot.
That's right.
Okay. Well, and now that he put his card into the slot, he had to input a 6-digit PIN code.
Want to just do both together? Digit and PIN code?
Yeah.
Okay, so a 6-digit PIN code.
All right, now we have two words here that are new. Digit.
Digit is basically a number between 0 and 9.
Okay, so any number between 0 and 9 is considered a digit.
Yes, so 100 is made up of 3 digits.
3 digits, okay. And what about PIN code?
A PIN code is your secret number that you use to take money out.
Now, why wouldn't we say password?
Password is usually letters.
Okay, and PIN code is numbers.
Exactly.
All right. He had to input his 6-digit PIN code, and then after that, he had to press the pound key.
Pound key.
Now, this is strange. A pound key. What is that?
Well, you know on a phone, On the bottom right, there's a key or a button that looks like a number sign.
Number sign. So kind of like 2 vertical lines and 2 horizontal lines.
Yeah, 2 lines going up and down, 2 lines going across.
Okay, so that's called the pound key. Mm-hmm. All right. What about the other one?
It's called the star.
The star.
Star key.
The star key. All right. So after the PIN code, after the pound key, now he's ready to withdraw money.
So we heard withdrawal.
Okay, so withdrawal is
A noun. It's the action of taking money out.
okay, a withdrawal.
A withdrawal.
Okay. And to withdraw,
To withdraw is just the verb.
to take out money, right?
Exactly.
So we have the noun and the verb. The only difference is an L at the end.
Yes, so withdrawal, noun, and withdraw, verb.
Okay. And well, he wanted to withdraw money, but something happened with the ATM and it turned out that he was going to transfer money.
Uh-oh.
So transfer.
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 When you transfer money, you take it from one place and put it in another.
Okay. And usually in banking, when you transfer money, you don't really see it, right?
Exactly.
It's all electronic. So you just put it from one bank account to another, but you never actually see this money.
Exactly. So transfer money.
Transfer.
And now this one also has a verb and a noun, right?
Right? A transfer.
And to transfer.
Same word.
Yep.
Easy. All right, so why don't we listen to our dialogue for the second time? It's going to be slowed down a little bit, and then we'll come back and look at some phrases.
Stupid girl making me spend so much money. Now I have to get it from the ATM.
Hello, welcome to Universal Bank. Please insert your card into the slot.
I know where to put my card. Stupid machine talking to me like I'm an idiot.
Please input your 6-digit PIN code followed by the pound key. Thank you. Please select an option. Thank you. You have selected withdraw.
Yeah, I know what I selected. Just give me my money.
Please type the amount you would like to withdraw. Thank you. You want to transfer $10,000 to the World Wildlife Foundation. If this is correct, please press 1.
No. Stupid machine, what are you doing? No.
Confirmed. Thank you for using our bank. Please remove your card from the slot. Goodbye.
No way. What happened? Give me my money.
Danger! Danger! The exits have been sealed, and the doors will remain locked until the local authorities arrive. Thank you for using our bank. Have a nice day.
No!
Okay, so that was a little easier to understand. But Marco, there's some interesting phrases here, some instructions that you commonly read or hear when you're using a bank machine.
So why don't we take a look at these phrases in Fluency Builder?
Fluency Builder.
Well, the bank machine told this guy to insert your card.
Insert your card.
Insert your card.
So this verb, to insert, to place inside.
Exactly. So what else can we insert?
Well, for example, commonly you insert a disk
Yeah, in your computer.
in your computer, right?
Yep. Or maybe insert a CD into your CD player.
Or DVD into your DVD player.
Yep.
All right, so to insert something, to put inside.
Yes.
So he had to insert his card into the slot.
And then the bank machine asked him to select an option.
Select an option.
Select an option.
Now, this is a very common phrase that you will not only see in ATMs, but basically everywhere, right?
Like in computers or the internet or many things where you're dealing with machines.
So it's an order that says, well, select one of these choices that you have.
Make a choice.
Make a choice.
Yeah.
Select an option. All right, so 2 simple phrases, but very useful and also very high frequency, right?
Yeah, and you know what? When you use phrases like these two, it sounds quite professional, doesn't it?
Yeah, a little bit formal. Okay, so why don't we listen to our dialogue for the last time, and then we'll come back and...
Stupid girl making me spend so much money. Now I have to get it from the ATM.
Hello, welcome to Universal Bank. Please insert your card into the slot.
I know where to put my card. Stupid machine talking to me like I'm an idiot.
Please input your 6-digit PIN code followed by the pound key. Thank you. Please select an option. Thank you. You have selected withdraw.
Yeah, I know what I selected. Just give me my money.
Please type the amount you would like to withdraw. Thank you. You want to transfer 10,000 US dollars to the World Wildlife Foundation. If this is correct, please press 1.
No. Stupid machine, what are you doing? No!
Confirmed. Thank you for using our bank. Please remove your card from the slot. Goodbye.
No way! What happened? Give me my money!
Danger! Danger! The exits have been sealed, and the doors will remain locked until the local authorities arrive. Thank you for using our bank. Have a nice day.
No!
All right, Erica. So what about you? Have you ever had any problems with the ATM?
I've had more problems than I can count.
What happened?
Well, I think in the last 2 years, I've probably lost about 7 bank cards in an ATM.
Really? You forget it
Yes.
in the slot?
I leave it in the slot and then walk away from the bank machine and no bank card.
Well, I think now the ATMs, because this is a common problem, now they have like a little alarm that when you take out your money and everything, it just starts beeping and beeping until you take out your card.
Yes, and I like the bank machines that actually give you your card first and then give you your money. Because if they give me my money first, that's all I want, right? So I run away with my money and leave my card in the bank machine.
Right. I think that's a good idea. I've never seen it before, though.
In Switzerland, they have them like that.
Switzerland.
Yeah.
Or what about the ATMs that you only have to swipe your card?
Oh, yeah, I've done that as well and also ruined a bank card with that. I swiped it too many times, put in the wrong PIN code, and
It blocks your card.
yeah, terrible.
Well, what about you guys? I'm sure everyone has some experience or some inconvenience with ATM machines.
Cashing money and using an ATM. Once upon a time, there was a young man named Alex. Alex was an English learner who lived in a small town. He was always curious about modern machines, and one machine he saw often was the ATM. What does a TM mean? He asked his father one day. His father smiled and said, "It means automated teller machine. It is used to take money out of the bank." Alex nodded, but he wanted to know more. One Friday morning, Alex received his first paycheck from his part-time job at the local library. He was excited because he had worked hard, but he also felt nervous. He did not know how to use an ATM. What if I press the wrong button? He thought. His mother noticed his worry and said, "Let me teach you how to use the ATM. It's simple, and you'll feel more confident after learning." Going to the bank. That afternoon, Alex and his mother went to the nearby bank. The ATM stood outside, and there were a few people in line. Alex noticed that everyone had a small plastic card. His mother explained, "This is called a debit card. The bank gives you this card when you open an account. It allows you to withdraw money, check your balance, or deposit money into your account." When it was their turn, his mother said, "Now, watch carefully." She took her debit card and inserted it into the ATM. The screen showed a message. "Please enter your PIN." PIN means personal identification number, she explained. You should never share your PIN with anyone. She entered her PIN and showed Alex the options on the screen. There were choices like withdraw money, check balance, and deposit money. "Today, we'll withdraw money," she said, and pressed the button for it. The screen asked how much money they wanted. She selected $50. Within seconds, the machine gave them the cash, along with a small paper receipt. "That's it," his mother said. "It's easy, isn't it?" Alex nodded, but he still felt a little unsure. Alex tries the ATM. The next week, Alex decided to try using the ATM by himself. He had opened his own bank account and received his debit card. Standing in front of the machine, he remembered his mother's instructions. First, He inserted his card into the slot. Then the screen asked for his PIN. He carefully typed in the 4 numbers. Next, he chose the option to withdraw money. The machine asked how much he wanted. Alex decided to take out $20. The ATM made a whirring sound, and soon the cash came out. Alex smiled as he took the money and the receipt. That wasn't so hard, he thought. The importance of ATMs. Over time, Alex became comfortable using the ATM. He learned that ATMs are very useful. They are open 24 hours a day, so people can access their money anytime. This is much faster than going inside the bank and waiting in line, he thought. However, his mother warned him about being careful. Always be aware of your surroundings when using an ATM, she said. If something feels wrong, walk away. Alex also learned that ATMs are not just for taking out money. He could use them to check how much money was in his account, transfer money to someone else, or even deposit money. Saving money. One day, Alex's father gave him important advice. It's good to take money from the ATM when you need it, but don't spend it all. Save some for the future. Alex took this seriously and began saving a little money each month. To help him save, he only withdrew small amounts from the ATM. He kept the rest in his bank account. It feels good to see my savings grow, he thought. Helping others. Alex became so good at using the ATM that he started helping his friends and family. His grandmother once said, "I don't know how to use this machine. Can you show me?" Alex patiently taught her how to withdraw money and check her balance. He also helped his younger sister open her first bank account. "Now you have your own card," he said proudly. "Let me show you how to use the ATM." A lesson for everyone. Using an ATM was once a mystery to Alex, but now it was a simple and useful tool. He learned that understanding machines like ATMs can make life easier. He also realized the importance of being careful with money and saving for the future. For Alex, using an ATM was more than just taking out cash. It was a step toward being responsible and independent. And whenever he used the machine, he remembered his first lesson from his mother: be confident and always be careful. The end.
The English Pod Audio Review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word. A machine outside a bank which people use to get money from their account.
ATM.
Put something into something.
Insert.
A narrow place to put in a card or paper.
Slot.
Personal identity number.
Pin.
The push button marked with a hash key.
Pound key.
The action of getting money from an account.
Withdrawal.
Get money from an account.
Withdraw.
To move money from your account into others.
Transfer.
Government organization which keeps the order of a certain place.
Authority.
To put money into a bank account.
Deposit.
An amount of money that is used for a special purpose.
Fund.
A strong metal box with a lock that is used to store money or valuable things.
Safe.
The amount of money that is left in your bank account.
Balance.
A request for information.
Inquiry.
Let's try that faster. The amount of money that is left in your bank account.
Balance.
Government organization which keeps the order of a certain place.
Authority.
A strong metal box with a lock that is used to store money or valuable things.
Safe.
Put something into something.
Insert.
To put money into a bank account.
Deposit.
The push button marked with a hash key.
Pound key.
To move money from your account into others.
Transfer.
A narrow place to put in a card or paper.
Slot.
A machine outside a bank which people use to get money from their account.
ATM.
A request for information.
Inquiry.
Get money from an account.
Withdraw.
The action of getting money from an account.
Withdrawal.
An amount of money that is used for a special purpose.
Fund.
Personal identity number.
PIN.
Now say the word and hear it in a sentence.
Slot.
Excuse me, can you help me? This coin doesn't fit in the slot of that slot machine.
Slot.
The mailbox slot is too small for this package. I will leave it next to the door.
Slot.
The coin slot is jammed with gum and now I can't buy a soda.
Insert.
Banks allow you to withdraw maximum $500 a day.
Insert.
To open the main door, you have to insert this key and turn it clockwise.
Insert.
I like the modern hotel rooms where you have to insert a key card to open the door.
Withdraw.
Insert a picture into your report. It will make it look nicer.
Withdraw.
I tried to withdraw money from my bank, but my card was blocked.
Withdraw.
Fortunately, you can withdraw money at the ATM machine at any time.
Transfer.
Bank of London doesn't allow international transfers.
Transfer.
My cousin wanted to transfer the deed of his house over to me, but it was a complicated process.
Transfer.
If you want to make a money transfer, you need to fill out these forms, please. The container is sealed airtight to prevent food from spoiling. We had to hire someone to seal our windows because cold air was coming in. The police has sealed off all the exits so that no one can go in or out. learners. Welcome back to another lesson here with us at English Pod. My name is Marco.
And I'm Erica.
And today we are going to have a very casual, normal conversation.
That's right. We're going to listen in on some small talk between a taxi driver and the passenger.
Small talk. So that's basically...
small, short conversations you have with someone that you don't know very well.
Okay, so typical questions like how old are you, where you're from, etc.
That's right. And this can be really hard for English learners because they often don't know what the right thing to say or the right thing to talk about. So we're going to give you a lot of phrases in this lesson that you can use in small talk.
Okay, so we don't have anything to preview today, so let's listen to the dialogue for the first time and then we'll come back.
Where to, miss?
Hi, Crenshaw and Hawthorne at the Holiday Inn that is on that corner.
Sure thing. So, where are you flying in from?
From China.
Really? You don't look very Chinese to me, if you don't mind me saying so.
It's fine. I am actually from Mexico. I was in China on a business trip, visiting some local companies that manufacture bathroom products.
Wow, sounds interesting. Excuse me if I'm being a bit nosy, but how old are you?
Don't you know it's rude to ask a lady her age?
Don't get me wrong. It's just that you seem so young and already doing business overseas.
Well, thank you. In that case, I am 26 years old. And what about yourself?
I'm 40 years old and was born and raised here in the good old US of A. Although I have some Colombian heritage.
Really? That's great. Do you speak Spanish?
Yeah, of course.
Qué bien, entonces podemos hablar en español.
All right, so I don't think this guy spoke much Spanish, do you?
No, even though he has Colombian heritage, I think he doesn't speak much. But maybe he's just a little bit rusty.
Maybe, but what he does speak is English, and since this is English Pod, why don't we look at some of the phrases that they used for small talk in Fluency Builder?
Fluency Builder.
All right, so today on Fluency Builder, we're going to take a look at phrases that both the passenger and the taxi driver use to make small talk. So why don't we start with the first one?
All right, so the taxi driver tells the passenger that she doesn't look very Chinese, if you don't mind me saying so.
Right, so he said, you don't look very Chinese to me, if you don't mind me saying so.
If you don't mind me saying so.
So what does he mean by this last part of his sentence?
Well, this is a phrase that we use to soften a sort of a statement that might be a little bit rude.
She could be Chinese.
Yeah.
Right? So it may be a little bit rude to say that, but he kind of apologizes.
That's right.
Right? By saying, if you don't mind me saying so.
Okay, so for example, I could say, hey, Marco, you look a little tired today, if you don't mind me saying so.
Okay, so does it always go at the end?
You could use it at the beginning. If you don't mind me saying so, I just don't think this is a good idea.
Okay, very good. So you can use this phrase in the beginning or at the end of a sentence.
Right, and it makes your statement a little bit less rude.
If you don't mind me saying so. Now, again, he also apologizes a little bit when he says, excuse me if I am being a bit nosy, but...
Excuse me if I'm being a bit nosy, but...
Excuse me if I'm being a bit nosy, but...
Okay, so let's take a look at this. Nosy, what's this?
Okay, when somebody is nosy, it means they're very curious. They are asking too many questions.
Yeah, asking more questions than they should ask.
Right. So he apologizes and says, well, excuse me if I'm asking too many questions. And then he asks her another question.
He asks her how old she is.
Right. So again, it's a polite way of maybe asking a question that might be a little bit sensitive.
Yeah, or a little bit impolite.
Okay. So, of course, asking a woman her age maybe is a little bit impolite, right?
Yes. Typically, women don't like that too much. But our next phrase, we heard the taxi driver say, don't get me wrong.
Don't get me wrong.
Don't get me wrong.
Okay, so don't get me wrong. He says, well, don't misunderstand what I'm saying.
That's right. This phrase is used so commonly in English that I think it would help us to hear some examples.
Example 1.
Don't get me wrong. It's not that I think you stole my computer. It's just that you were the only one who could get into my room.
Example 2.
I do have a few problems with the plan, but don't get me wrong, I still think it's a good idea.
Example 3.
Don't get me wrong, I think John's a nice guy. He's just a bit disorganized.
All right, very good example. So don't get me wrong, right?
That's right.
And now for the final phrase on putting it together today.
Well, the passenger, the woman, says her age. She says, I'm 26 years old. And what about yourself?
What about yourself?
What about yourself?
All right, now, this sentence isn't very correct, actually, right?
Yeah, technically it's not correct in grammar, but it is used so commonly every day by American English speakers that we thought we'd show it to you.
Okay, so you would say, I am 26 years old, and what about you?
That's right.
Okay, but commonly you will hear people say, what about yourself?
And if you use this, you'll sound really fluent and really native-like.
Okay, very good. So what about yourself?
So again, it's just like, what about you? So I could say, hey, Marco, I'm going away on holiday this weekend. And what about yourself?
Okay, what about yourself? So we've taken a look at these 4 phrases on putting it together. Why don't we listen to the dialogue for the second time? We're going to slow it down a little bit, and then we'll come back and take a look at some vocabulary words on language takeaway.
Where to, miss?
Hi, Crenshaw and Hawthorne at the Holiday Inn that is on that corner.
Sure thing. So, where are you flying in from?
From China.
Really? You don't look very Chinese to me, if you don't mind me saying so.
It's fine. I am actually from Mexico. I was in China on a business trip, visiting some local companies that manufacture bathroom products.
Wow, sounds interesting. Excuse me if I'm being a bit nosy, but how old are you?
Don't you know it's rude to ask a lady her age?
Don't get me wrong. It's just that you seem so young and already doing business overseas.
Well, thank you. In that case, I am 26 years old. And what about yourself?
I am 40 years old and was born and raised here in the good old US of A, although I have some Colombian heritage.
Really? That's great. Do you speak some Spanish?
Yeah, of course.
¡Qué bien! Entonces podemos hablar en español.
Well, we've got some interesting vocabulary words and phrases here in Language Takeaway. And the first one.
Well, after she gets in the taxi and tells him where she wants to go, he answers by saying, sure thing.
Sure thing.
Sure thing.
Sure thing.
So if I say, yeah, sure thing, what does that mean?
Well, let's listen to some examples to help us understand.
Example 1.
Do you mind lending me $100?
Sure thing.
Example 2.
Could you please send me the email by the end of the day?
Sure thing.
Example 3.
Do you mind lending me $100?
Sure thing.
Could you please send me the email by the end of the day?
Sure thing.
Example 4.
Can you get some milk on the way home?
Sure thing, I'm on my way now.
Okay, so sure thing, basically, yeah, no problem, or okay.
Or I'll do it.
I'll do it.
Yep.
It's fine.
Yep.
So it's a very common way. You will hear this a lot when somebody agrees or says, yes, no problem.
Yeah, and again, it will help you sound really native-like to use this phrase. Well, the next one, the taxi driver says, I was born and raised here.
I was born and raised here.
Born and raised.
Okay, so this is a way of saying I was born in this country and I haven't left this country.
That's right. So I'm from this country.
Okay, born and raised here in the good old US of A.
Good old US of A.
The good old US of A.
So this is a pretty interesting way of saying America.
Right. It's actually more of a phrase, right? The good old US of A.
Yep.
Okay, so it means the good United States of America.
Yeah, it's kind of a fond way or friendly way of describing America.
All right. And we have one more word for language takeaway.
Well, the taxi driver was talking about his Colombian heritage.
Colombian heritage.
Heritage.
All right, so if I have Colombian heritage, what does that mean?
Your grandmother or, grandfather, great-grandmother, or someone in your family is from Colombia.
Okay, and what about the word heritage by itself?
Yeah, so your heritage is basically your culture, your
Customs.
yeah, your customs, your history.
Okay, so heritage. A country rich in heritage.
Lots of good old historical culture in that country.
Okay, very good. So now it's time for us to listen to the dialogue for the last time. Now we can understand all these phrases and these great words that we've just looked at, and then we'll come back and talk a little bit more.
Where to, miss?
Hi, Crenshaw and Hawthorne at the Holiday Inn that is on that corner.
Sure thing. So, where are you flying in from?
From China.
Really? You don't look very Chinese to me, if you don't mind me saying so.
It's fine. I am actually from Mexico. I was in China on a business trip, visiting some local companies that manufacture bathroom products.
Wow, sounds interesting. Excuse me if I'm being a bit nosy, but how old are you?
Don't you know it's rude to ask a lady her age?
Don't get me wrong. It's just that you seem so young and already doing business overseas.
Well, thank you. In that case, I am 26 years old. And what about yourself?
I'm 40 years old and was born and raised here in the good old US of A. Although I have some Colombian heritage.
Really? That's great. Do you speak Spanish?
Yeah, of course.
Qué bien, entonces podemos hablar en español.
So Marco, this taxi driver makes a bit of a mistake when he asks the woman how old she is.
Yes, yeah, exactly. There are a couple of questions that in some cultures are considered to be normal and okay,
Yep.
but in other cultures they're not really well accepted.
Okay, so in Anglo culture, for example, it's really impolite to ask a woman how old she is.
Right, women are a little bit more sensitive about their age. Others aren't so much, but it's usually better to just not ask.
Yep. And what else should we avoid talking about in small talk?
Well, for example, when you ask a person their occupation,
Yep.
you can ask what they do for a living, but don't ask how much money they make.
That's right. Anglo people are really sensitive about talking about money. We hate talking about money.
Right, so don't ask somebody their salary or how much money they make. It's just not considered to be polite.
And another good one to be careful of is asking if someone is married or not.
Right, sometimes you're just being friendly and you
Yeah.
want to know if that person has family or
Yeah.
something. But you have to be careful when and where you ask this question.
Right. So if they've mentioned their family, or if they talked about their kids or something else to do with their family, then it's okay.
Right, you can say, well, oh, how long have you been married?
Yeah.
But if a guy asks a girl, oh, are you married? It kind of sounds like maybe he's interested in her or that he's trying to come on to her and to be maybe more than friendly, right?
That's right.
Okay.
Starting a conversation with a taxi driver. Introduction. One day, Anna, an English learner, needed to go to a friend's house. She decided to take a taxi because it was the fastest way to get there. Anna was nervous because she didn't know how to talk to the driver in English, but she remembered what her teacher had taught her about starting conversations. Calling for a taxi. Anna stood by the road and saw a taxi. She raised her hand and the taxi stopped. The driver smiled and said hello. "Where do you want to go?" Anna replied with a smile. "Hello. I want to go to Green Street near the park." She spoke slowly and clearly so the driver could understand her. The driver nodded and said, "Sure." "Please get in." Inside the taxi, Anna sat in the back seat. At first, she felt shy and didn't know what to say. But then she thought, if I want to practice my English, I should talk to him. She started by saying, "The weather's nice today, isn't it?" The driver smiled again and said, "Yes, it is. It's sunny, but not too hot. Perfect for a drive." Anna felt a little more confident. She asked, "How long will it take to get to Green Street?" The driver replied, "It will take about 15 minutes. Are you visiting someone there?" Anna nodded and said, "Yes. I'm going to see my friend. She just moved to a new house." Learning more. The driver seemed friendly, so Anna asked, "How long have you been a taxi driver?" The driver said, "I have been driving for 5 years. I like it because I meet many people every day." "Where are you from?" Anna replied, "I'm from Mexico. I am learning English because I want to study in the UK." The driver said, "That's great. Your English is very good." Anna smiled and said, "Thank you." I'm trying to practice every day. Asking about the city. Anna wanted to learn more about the city. She asked, "What is the best place to visit in this city?" The driver said, "The park near Green Street is very nice. You can walk, sit, or have a picnic there." "Have you been to the museum downtown?" Anna shook her head and said, "No, I haven't." "Is it good?" The driver nodded and said, "Yes, it's very interesting. You can learn about the city's history and see old things from many years ago." Arriving at the destination. After some time, the taxi stopped. The driver said, "We are here. This is Green Street." Anna looked outside and saw her friend's house. She said, "Thank you so much." "How much is it?" The driver replied, "It's $12. Anna gave the money and said, "Here you go. Keep the change." The driver said, "Thank you. Have a great day." Anna smiled and said, "You too. Goodbye." Conclusion. Anna felt happy as she walked to her friend's house. She had a good conversation with the taxi driver and practiced her English. She learned that starting a conversation is not so hard. A simple hello or a question about the weather can make the first step easy. By being polite and friendly, Anna not only reached her destination, but also gained more confidence in speaking English. From that day, she was never afraid to talk to taxi drivers or anyone else in English.
The English Pod Audio Review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word. That subject is too personal. Impolite.
Mind your own business.
Phrase you use when you don't want to answer a question.
That's personal.
Arrive.
Come in from.
Too much information.
TMI.
Too interested in others' private matters.
Nosy.
About a person's private thoughts, feelings, etc.
Personal.
Because of that.
In that case.
To look for private information about someone.
Snoop.
A polite phrase to use where you are saying something sensitive.
If you don't mind me saying so.
Do not misunderstand me.
Don't get me wrong.
Where would you like to go?
Where to?
In foreign countries.
Overseas.
To live in a place your whole life.
To be born and raised.
The United States.
The good old US of A.
Let's try that faster. Because of that.
In that case.
Where would you like to go?
Where to?
Arrive.
Come in from.
In foreign countries.
Overseas.
The United States.
The good old US of A.
About a person's private thoughts, feelings, etc.
Personal.
Do not misunderstand me.
Don't get me wrong.
To live in a place your whole life.
To be born and raised.
Too interested in others' private matters.
Nosy.
To look for private information about someone.
Snoop.
Too much information.
TMI.
A polite phrase to use where you are saying something sensitive.
If you don't mind me saying so.
That subject is too personal. Impolite.
Mind your own business.
Phrase you use when you don't want to answer a question.
That's personal.
Now say the word and hear it in a sentence.
Come in from.
Where are you coming in from so late at night?
Come in from.
Flight number 441 just came in about an hour ago.
Come in from.
I think I'll be coming into Chicago at about noon tomorrow.
If you don't mind me saying so.
If you don't mind me saying so, I think the curry could be a little hotter next time.
If you don't mind me saying so.
The problem, if you don't mind me saying so, is pretty simple. You need a new computer.
If you don't mind me saying so.
You look really good in that dress, if you don't mind me saying so.
Nosy.
Phil is always asking so many personal questions. Frankly, I think he is just too nosy.
Nosy.
People should just mind their own business and stop being so nosy.
Nosy.
I don't mean to be nosy, but did I hear you say you are from Canada?
Don't get me wrong.
Don't get me wrong, it's not that I think you stole my computer. It's just that you were the only one who can get into my room.
Don't get me wrong.
I do have a few problems with the plan, but don't get me wrong, I still think it's a great idea.
Don't get me wrong.
Don't get me wrong, I think John is a nice guy, but he is a bit disorganized.
In that case.
"30 people are coming to the party? In that case, we'll need some more beers."
In that case.
Charles is having an affair? In that case, I think Mary needs to get a divorce.
In that case.
The car is that expensive? In that case, I don't think I will be able to afford it.